Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another video. We're back in a set 22 reveals, and today we're going over the cards for the Black Vegito starter deck coming out with the new set. I think a lot of people were looking forward to this leader as the box art was shown. Honestly, I think the box art for this was shown like a really long time ago, and people have just been waiting for it ever since. So it's very cool that the cards are now coming out. So we'll talk about it, and we'll point out some really neat interactions with older Vegito support that work in this deck. So if you're new, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss a video. And if you guys want to pre-order these cards or buy any trading cards at all for that matter, it does help me out a lot if you use my link in the description to TCG Player. That out of the way, let's get started. So it's very important to note right off the bat, these are regular Gokus and Vegetas and Vegitos, not Xenos. It's very, very important. And it's, you know, not super typical of black archetypes to have regular Gokus and Vegetas, but it is worth noting for, you know, cards of those types that work with these things. So activate main once per turn, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add it to one black stand with energy cost of 6 or less to your hand, then shuffle your deck. So there's a ton of great targets for this. There's like a bunch of cards from the Cumber deck that could theoretically work in here. You also have the ability to search your super combo, which is great. Then you can also search Gogeta, Thwarting the Dark Empire, but again, keep in mind that this deck is not going to primarily consist of Goku and Vegeta Xenos. They're regular Gokus and Vegetas, so that might not fit in this deck depending on the final build. Oh, and I will mention too that I'm almost positive this starter deck is going to get some sort of support in the main set. We just haven't seen it yet, so there will probably be more stuff you want to jam into the strategy, but you know, we'll see that when it gets revealed. So awaken, release it 4 or less, or you have 2 or more energy and a black My Future Z battle card in play. Draw 1 card, untap 1, and take life down to 6. Then we have SSB Vegito, Shining Warrior, auto once per turn. If you have a final Kamehameha in your battle area, when you activate Union, draw 1 card, and then auto and card attacks, draw 1 card. So potential to draw 2 cards per turn is really good, and the fact that final Kamehameha comes out of your Z deck, your hand is like just going to increase in size like very quickly from my estimations. Activate main once per turn, choose one of your black Vegito cards, and it gets plus 5,000 power for the turn. So you could of course choose your leader, but there is a battle card that you'd probably rather choose that we'll see in just a little bit. All right, now we have our Z deck package, at least as far as the battle cards go. Mai together with Trunks. We have a 1 cost 4K barrier, Z stack 1, the Black Trunks Future we see to our right. Activate main if your leader is a black card with both Goku and Vegeta or Vegito, and you place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck, and you switch this card to rest mode, add 1 Vegito with energy cost of 6 or less from your deck to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Incredible that it has that much consistency. Like, that's the Vegito you're going to want to boost with your leader, the 5K for the turn, and that's just a really, really good effect. SS Trunks Guide from the Future. We have a 2 cost 2Z energy, deflect permanent if you have a black My Future in play. This card gets plus 5,000 power, activating for a black if your opponent has 2 or more energy. Play this card from under a Mai together with Trunks, then play 1 of each Goku, Vegeta, both black with energy cost of 1 from your drop in rest mode with their skills negated for the turn. So that alone is pretty much going to set you up for a Union Potara, which is really, really good. On top of this thing most likely being a 20k attacker. This deck looks quite aggressive off the bat. That's just from the first looks of things. Let's take a look now at the main deck stuff. We have Goku and Vegeta, help has arrived. Now, they both basically share an auto. So that first auto is if your leader is a black card with both Goku and Vegeta or black Vegito card, when this card's played, play 1 Vegeta help has arrived from your deck or drop with its skills negated for the game, and shuffle your deck if you look through it. And then the Vegeta does the same thing, but plays Goku from the deck or drop. And they both also share another auto, add 1 card from light to hand. When this card attacks, this card gets plus 6,000 power for the battle. So they're, you know, decent 1-drop 10k attackers, I guess, which is okay if you're up against an unawakened leader. And I guess, you know, if you go first, that'll definitely add to your aggressive capabilities on pressuring your opponent down, because we know most leaders in the game now awaken at turn 2. So with these things being able to put the pressure on if you go first, that's pretty decent. But we do have Vegito Beyond Shining. We have a 6-drop 20k deflect, Union Potara, limit 1 over a Goku and Vegeta, both black. Now this is a free Union Potara, and we saw that the Trunks is able to play both of these cards for 1. These cards play each other out, so realistically, this is a 1-cost Union Potara, but I actually made a Facebook post the other day talking about this exact thing, where a lot of the decks in set 22 have these like pseudo free plays, and I say pseudo because you know, this card, this Vegito, does require you to invest energy somewhere else to get its free play, which I mean essentially means it costs energy, at least like 1 energy. There's a similar card in the green Broly deck. It's the Bio Broly that, yes, it gets played for free, but you have to have the field card in play, which costs 1. So they do have some sort of cost, or at least like a combination of cards that require energy that you have to play first in order to play those cards. And, you know, we're definitely treading some interesting waters because we've taken a large step away from free play in Dragon Ball Super because it was just so broken and leading to such degenerate aggro strategies. But it's almost like we're kind of creeping back to it. And for that reason, I mean, these cards seem very, very strong. Like, the combos that you need to play these quote-unquote free cards are not very difficult or convoluted. So that alone makes them seem very good. Rants aside, we have activate main once per turn for a black. If you have a final Kamehameha in your battle area, switch the card to active mode, so that's your pseudo dual attack. And don't forget, your leader can give this thing 5k for the turn, so that's 2 25k swings. Activate battle once per turn if you're black Vegito cards in a battle. Use one card from under this card in a combo with its skills negated for the turn. So that's potentially 2 30k attacks with this card. Very, very solid for the cheapness that it costs. All right, now we have Final Kamehameha. So this is the Z Extra card. Again, we don't really know exactly how these work, but it seems like when you play a Z Extra card, it's going to sit in your battle area, not go right to the drop like typical extra cards. So 1 cost, 1 Z energy cost, activate battle limit 1. If your battle card with energy cost of 6 or more is attacking, you place 1 card from your Z energy in your drop, and you remove this card from the game. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards and send it to the owner's warp. Then choose 1 card that's attacking and gets plus 10k power for the battle. Additionally, if you have 4 or more energy at the end of the battle, play up to 1 each Goku and Vegeta, both black, with energy cost of 1 from your drop in rest mode with their skills negated for the turn, which will allow you to most likely set up some extra union shenanigans, although I believe the union on the Vegito we just read was limit 1. But again, we'll probably get another Vegito in the main set. That's at least my guess. So all the cards in the starter deck itself, they seem very good. They seem to be very consistent in what they do and very cheap in that regard, so it seems strong. Now we'll talk about some stuff you can just happen to include in this deck. So I have Goku Saiyan Berserk Instincts here, which, if you didn't notice, is a regular Goku in the black color pool. So this actually might work very nicely with this starter deck. You very simply play it for 1. If your leader is black, this card gets plus 5,000 power and servant, so it's 25k double strike for 1. It is fusion material because don't forget, Union Potara doesn't care about power level. And then if you need to, you can combo it to get the plus 10k boost. It will go to your opponent's board, and then they can just like plus 10k it again, but honestly it'll probably just sit in your opponent's board. This card is very weird in how it plays, but still, 1 cost, 25k attacker and fusion material. Very, very solid. Now we also have some non-black cards that are very, very playable with this deck. Now there's a ton of old Vegito stuff, and the main Vegito deck that people play nowadays is rainbow color. There's a lot of random Vegito support amongst all the other colors. Not all of it's playable in this deck, but this stuff in particular is. So we have Vegito powers combined. We have Union Potara for 1. Doesn't care what color it is. A Goku and Vegeta. Auto, when this card's played, draw a card. And if you play with Union, draw 1 more card. So 1 energy, draw 2. It'll pretty much be 2 energy, draw 2, because whatever method you have of playing out both Goku and Vegeta will cost 1. So 2 energy, draw 2 for a 20k body is not bad at all. Activate main for 2. Choose 1 Vegito other than Vegito powers combined with energy costs less than or equal to your current energy from your energy area and play it. If you played a card, add this card to your energy in rest mode. So there are tons of Vegitos you could play with that, but they have to be somewhat cheap. So one of the main ones is Vegito World's Strongest Candy. Permanent, this card can only be played from energy areas. Auto, when you play this card, you can't play Vegito World's Strongest Candy for the duration of the turn. And then activate main, choose 1 Vegito powers, combine it in your energy and play it. If you played a card, add this card to your energy in rest mode. So if you pull this combo off, you're actually getting a draw 3, because then you'll replay powers combined and draw another card from its regular on-play draw, which is pretty cool. Now, in my honest opinion, it's probably unlikely that you'll want to play non-black cards in this deck, but it was something cool that I wanted to point out. Now, Vegito Polymorphic Potara is actually a card you might end up playing in the deck, although there are plenty of ways to play your Gokus and Vegetas anyway, so maybe not, but it is an option. So basically, for 1, you get to play a Goku and Vegeta from your deck or drop with their skills negated. The drawback, though, is that you can't play non-Vegito cards for the duration of that turn. So if this deck does decide to like splash other cards or want to play a non-Vegito Overrealm, this might hinder that. And like I said, there already seems to be a lot of ways to play out your Gokus and Vegetas, both by their own effects and by the Trunks Z battle card. So maybe Polymorphic Potara isn't necessary, but I wanted to just point it out, make you guys aware of it, just to know that it is playable in the deck, and it is kind of neat. So overall, guys, that's what I got for you today. If you guys have any other ideas about this new black Vegito deck, any other cards that I might have missed that work in the strategy, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.